It's your boy Chris Lee, aka CEasy, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the lifestyle where. Welcome back to another video. So in today's video, as you guys can tell by the title, I will be explaining to you guys how to invest your first $1,000 using the Robinhood app. And remember, as you can see in the title, it is for beginners. And I just want to make a few announcements before I get into this video. For one, I am by no means an expert at this or a professional. I got no license, no certifications, nothing. I am a 20-year-old African-American male who began investing at 18 years old because he knew that by investing his money, he can go ahead and gain money in the stock market and potentially make enough passive income to never have to work a job, a real job in his life. If I get to my portfolio to where I want it to be, it can literally be paying all my bills and living expenses, okay? So for me, my journey was through a lot of trials and error, and throughout this video, I will be explaining my failures, my successes, and how I stumbled across my investment strategy, which is dividend growth investing. And I have a big sector in that involves real estate investment trust, which is aka REITs, okay? And also another thing that I want to touch on, as you can tell by my channel and my videos and everything, I am not an extreme minimalist, man. On my channel, I will preach to you guys, man. If you want to get yourself jewelry, a watch, nice clothes, whatever the case may be, go ahead and do that. But then at the same time, I want you guys to have the financial literacy to know, like, all right, look, I can't splurge all my money on clothes and jewelry. I still need to have a good amount to put into my investments and my stocks. So in return, this is growing and I'm still being happy by getting the things that I enjoy. So for me, I feel like there needs to be a balance of financial literacy and happiness, because if it's tipping over, it's gonna be problems. All right, so with that being said, we're gonna get straight into this video. All right, you guys, so throughout this video, you will see my phone in my hand, but everything that is on my phone screen, it will be probably like right here, the right side. And again, I'm gonna break down how this video will be broken up. The first thing that I will be going over are my failures through how I invested the first $1,000, my successes, and then how I stumbled across my investing strategy for my $1,000. And it's a strategy that I found that's working, and I'm constantly getting paid, and I'm constantly seeing improvements. All right, so we're about to get right on. And also, I want something to be noted. I previously recorded this video, and I wanted to make it more transparent and way more informative than I did the first time. But unfortunately, my account did go ahead and plummet. I do advise each of you guys to not have more than, for one stock or one company, don't let it be over 5% of your total portfolio. That's rule number one. But I kind of played my cards differently just because of the fact that I have less money. So I wanted to invest in, more stocks that I'm, a little bit more comfortable with having that much money in. Okay, so first of all, we're going to look at our all-time. And let me just break it down from the beginning. Whenever I first started investing, I was 18 years old. I really didn't know much. But I did know that I liked dividends, and I was into cryptocurrency. I thought those were two good ways of making money, or like a consistent amount of money, because cryptocurrency, it's always running 24 hours, and dividends, it's just money in your sleep, so you can't go wrong with that. So, but unfortunately, like my strategy, I didn't have that much money in at the time, and it wasn't really fluctuating too much. So like a lot of my friends would pitch at me, hey, dude, like your strategy is obviously not working. You need to go ahead, try day trading, swing trading, see if you can flip that money, and in return, you can go ahead and start doing your way of investing faster. So I went ahead and I did that right on October 8th. That's when my portfolio was down about 0.5%. And for any of my day traders or swing traders out there, you know that this week was just an amazing time for just day traders. There was a good 3 or 4 stocks. I think one of them was PCG. That would just, if you put money in, it didn't matter if you chased it kind of late, you would have made money. It was literally running for 2, 3, 4 days, having 200 to 300% returns. So I went ahead and I invested, and literally in the first 3 days, the first week or two, I made my portfolio shifted a total of 12%. 12% upwards, which is literally, it's so crazy because that's not normal at all. And during this time, set a challenge for myself. I wanted to earn $300 from October 8th to I think December 8th. So I gave myself I gave myself roughly 3 months to basically make that money. And within like the first 2 weeks, I'm just like, well, I'm doing great. And like, I just really thought that I was a talented day trader / swing trader. And that's the very first mistake that I made, because as you guys can see, the next few days, my account plummeted. Exactly what I gained. So I gained 12%, and then the following week, I lost 12%. And within that span of a month, I literally saw the highest I've ever seen, and then the lowest that I've ever experienced as well, which was very, very crazy to me. And that's when I was very, very discouraged in the market. I was like, man, because I'll let you guys know this. When it comes to day trading, it is a full-time job effort. I would have to wake up, pre-market, go ahead and look at my top day traders, see what they're talking about. I was on Stock Twist trying to listen to what the crowd of people were saying. I was trying to do my own research, which I really did not know what I was even really looking for. And that's where I was just like, you know what, this way of investing, I do not want to do it. It's not how I want to make money in the stock market. I want it to be more passive, less stressful, and I don't want to have to deal with the burden of having to find the next hot stock or the next thing to just help me gain some money. And I didn't want to think of a burden of having to go and pay, some type of group of investors so I could be in a community and they're telling you when to buy and sell stocks. I just didn't want that at all. So I kept on holding on to a few of my stocks going in throughout that month, and it just kept plummeting and plummeting. And by around December 3rd, I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go with the strategy that I initially wanted to, and it is dividend growth investing. Look for stocks that will not only grow, but they also pay me dividends. That way, I don't have to worry about the noise of the market. I could just focus more on how much they're paying me, how much these paychecks are gonna look when they come into my pockets. So once I started doing that, I've been doing that since around December 3rd. It's currently, I think, February 24th. I think so. And since then, I've seen a lot of growth within my portfolio. My portfolio has went down from being down about 4% to up around, give or take, it went up to 7. So overall, as of right now, I've seen anywhere from a 7 to a 12% increase over my portfolio. And that is literally my journey thus far. My biggest mistake was going to day trade and swing trade and thinking that I just knew what I was doing, when in fact I really didn't. But I will tell you guys to go ahead and try day trading. You might actually be very good at it. It might be a way for you to go ahead and make money in the stock market. But ideally, if you don't like stress, if you don't like investing to feel like a full-time job, then the way that I'm investing is a perfect way for you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and explain what dividend growth investing is, if I have not clearly done so already. Okay, because that's how I've been seeing my success. Dividend growth investing is when you invest in blue-collar stocks, blue chip stocks, and think of things like Walmart, I guess, Target, you got CVS. It's companies of that nature, and you invest in them, they pay you a dividend, and because you know they're doing good in the economy, the stock is going to go up just because. Another stock is like Microsoft. But you also, and by doing so, you will not only see growth in your overall portfolio, you will also be getting a little bit extra money. As I can see, I have $10 in cash flow. That's primarily off of my dividend payments. And a few stocks that I'm in at the moment, and again, I'm a beginner, so I don't know crazy amounts about each individual company. More what I look for, which is easier, I look to see how well the company has been doing for over 5 years, and for their dividend payment, I want it to be per share at least. I would not go lower than 25 cents per share, just because of the fact if you're buying a $40 stock and it's only paying you 10 cents per each share for the quarterly dividends, and before you could get $1 from them, you'll have to buy 10 shares, and that is $400. Where if you only needed 4 shares to get to $1, you would only be spending $160. And that, to me, that's a whole lot better than the $400. Okay, so we have this one. This is a free stock. But it's a pharmaceutical company, so I'm holding on to it just because pharmaceutical companies, They just seem to be doing very, very well. You have Nally Capital, AT&T. This is one of my REITs, real estate investment trusts. They pay me literally every single month. If it shows, yes, it shows over here. So as you can see, November, December, January, February, they pay me consistently. We have Key Bank. They have a pretty good dividend yield. I don't know too much about it, but it's been serving me well throughout the charts, as you guys can see, as I just showed. Kinder Morgan, I don't know, like, I just kind of went for it. I've been having some success in it, so, you know, I just kept holding on to it. We have CenterPoint Energy. They've been, I'm down on them. I was at a good point because I bought them at a decent, at a decent point. Let's go back. I have different companies like Stag, FDVV, which is a high dividend ETF. We have AT&T. AT&T for beginners, like if you don't really know what stock you want to get into, but you know you want to have like a dividend paying stock, please go ahead and buy AT&T. For one, AT&T is actually very undervalued. It should be valued at around $50 right now. So with that knowledge, it kind of should like intrigue you to go ahead and buy into them. And in addition to that, they pay about, I think it's like 51 cents per share. Let me just go here and make sure. Yes, they pay 51 cents per share. So as you guys can see, these dividends for me, they're pretty good. I made sure to go ahead and boost it up. And that's one company that I really like. We have Coca-Cola. We have Triple N Realty. What is it? National Retail Properties, and I believe, and they pay quarterly. Yeah, they pay quarterly. Pay out the dividends quarterly, but it's a still pretty hefty dividend. You have ABBV. This is like if you're a dividend growth investor, you literally just have to have this stock. You have Starbucks. I'm confident in Starbucks over here in Houston, Texas. You just literally see it everywhere. There's like a culture built around it. Unfortunately, like they've had an amazing trend upward, which is where I kind of went, but I kind of chased it, and I'm down about 11%, which is a lot, but you know, my overall portfolio is still up. And in Microsoft is like my real money maker within like the market itself. Unfortunately, it literally dropped like within the past week, had like a 6% drop. So that kind of sucks, but I have a lot of faith in Microsoft. And like, to be honest, they haven't even cracked 200 yet. That's why like I'm really on board with them, just because of the fact that I believe in the company. I like what they stand for. Within their sector, they're very dominant. So like, despite a few noises like going along, I still feel like in the longevity of things, Microsoft will actually be like a company to actually be reckoned with. And that's why I have literally 30% of my portfolio within this company, which is, in the grand scale of things, only 2 shares, but I don't think I'll be buying any more anytime soon, just because of the fact I want to diversify so I can in return increase my dividend yield. Okay, so those are the bulk load of the companies that I am invested in, but let me go ahead and show you guys what my dividends are actually looking like. So we're gonna go from the beginning. I had AT&T. As y'all can see, that was like the first company I was like, okay, they're paying me. I had GEO, AT&T's coming up in there. And as y'all can see, AT&T, Cisco, AT&T, GEO, GNC. So multiple companies are just paying me. And as of recently, I started to like up my shares in a few companies just so I can go ahead and get like, you know, I want to increase my dividend yield. So like every time I'm getting paid, it's at least $1. So as you can see with AT&T, ABBV, and like a few more companies, Microsoft as well. So that is my current strategy. This is how I chose to invest my first $1,000. I shifted, you know, I was kind of all over the place, but what I want you guys to take from this video, is that there are different ways to invest in a market, but I kind of want you guys to just learn from where I kind of went wrong. I went wrong being overconfident and not really trying to get enough knowledge in the market. But then again, for beginners, you don't really, I'm gonna be blunt with you, you don't need to know each and every single thing about a stock to go put your money in the market and earn stuff. But I will say, the more that you learn and through trial and error and research, you go ahead and you start to learn, okay, this is a stock that I really do want to be a part of and have. This is a stock that's been working for me, let me double down in that. Let me keep looking for different stocks. Let me see, you know, what's some trending hot stocks, good companies, and the longevity of things. It's a whole bunch of things to just take note of. But you don't need to know everything to make money in the stock market. As y'all can see about me, I'm a beginner. I'm still learning each and every single day. I've been investing for about like a year and a half, and I've literally seen like a good, you know, like anywhere from like I wanna highball it. I've seen about like a good 10%, you know, on my portfolio, give or take. And I want you guys to know that you can do it. And in my next video, I will be going in more in depth on my dividend growth investment strategy. I know I was kind of vague, but the following video, it will be like specifics, what I look for, how I buy stocks. And following that, I will tell you guys my real estate investment trust strategy within my dividend growth investment strategy. So I will be just covering all of that. If you guys enjoyed this video, I just ask you to do one thing. Go ahead, smash up this video. If I did not say it, this video is basically piggybacking off of my last video, my last investment video. It's going to be tagged up here, and I'm going to throw it in the beginning so y'all will have seen it twice. And again, this video is for beginners, and if there's anything that you can take from this video, if I can make a little bit of money in the stock market, you can too, alright? But anyways, like I said, like this video, make sure you guys subscribe. I'll keep pushing out these videos, and grind don't stop. Anyways, it's your boy Chris Lee, aka CEasy, and I'm out.
I got a lot on my mind. 16 and O and that 29. 9. I got AK with the scores and 9. 9. Undercover.